Hey everybody, it's Coach V. Welcome back to another episode. I see y'all like those breakdowns, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over a breakdown on NQ that happened Friday. So let's go ahead and lock in. As you can see, we are on the daily. So what I like to do is I want to go ahead and mark out my levels on the daily. I'm just marking out the daily previous day high and the previous day low, just so I can see where liquidity is. So I'm looking on the daily and I just see that we just swept the high on the daily. So now I know that we could be going up. So this is pre-market, right? This is around maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning. But we're just gonna go ahead and mark it up. So what I'm looking at is that on our daily, because remember this is our previous day low. And this is our previous day high. So with me looking at this, now I see that price is pushing up. It just broke the previous day high. So now we scale down to the 1 hour to see what's going on. So now I see on the 1 hour that we actually broke this level of resistance right here. So this will be our 1 hour high. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and mark out my low on the 1 hour as well. So this is pretty much how I will mark out my 1 hour. And so now that I see that we actually broke out of a level of support, which was a 4 hour high and a previous day high, I'm waiting for price to give me a pullback. So now that I see that price is pulling back right here, again, essentially I am waiting for price to pull back, retesting the area that it just broke out. Also, for confluence, I'm going to go ahead and grab my fill for the 1 hour, and I'm going to go from bottom to top, just to see where we pull back at. And so I see that we actually pulled back to the 61.8%, giving us a healthy pullback, giving us confirmation to go ahead and enter into the market. So now I'm going to go ahead and scale down to my 10 minutes, because although I see that we are bullish on the higher time frames, I need the lower time frames to give me confluence that we are going up. Again, for my ICC Mafia, right? So we gave an indication. We pulling back for a correction. We are scaling down to the 10 minutes to see if and when that correction is done. So what we are doing is my apologies. I'm going to go ahead and grab my field. So although I measured this move as an indication, I'm going to measure this move right here as far as my TPs. And also, if you wanted to measure this move as an indication as well, you could do that, because if you look and see, the pullbacks was still respected as far as on the fib for this move. If you look and see, although we came back and we touched the 78.6%, which is our danger zone, we closed at the 50% on both of these candles, which gives us confluence to enter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw out the rest of my levels. Right here is going to be my indication, right? This is our indication. Right now we are in the correction. We have already pulled back to the 38.2%. I'm going to go ahead and mark up my TPs, because if you're looking right now, it is 9 a.m. So I definitely would have went ahead and had my chart marked out. So right now, this is going to be for TP2, and then we'll have TP3 up here at the top. So we're going to change that to TP3. And so now we have our chart set up. We have our healthy pullback. We have our break of structure. So now we are ready to go down to the 10 minutes to enter to the market. Now, again, I could enter anywhere at this point, because now that I see that price has came down and gave us a rejection on the 1 hour, I could enter on this candle. Well, essentially what I'm looking for is a break of structure. So although I see these rejection candles as far as price not wanting to go down to actually test the 1 hour high that we broke, now I'm looking and seeing that we have a engulfing candle that just took over this candle. So this is giving me confidence to go ahead and enter. I'm going to go ahead and enter for a buy. What I'm going to do is for my TP, what I like to do, I'm going to go to the 1 hour and I'm going to see what levels did we say that we want to reach, but we didn't. I can go ahead and aim for TP2, which is right here. I'm going to scale down to the 1 hour and I'm going to go ahead and place my stop loss. Now my stop loss is going to be a structural low. So it's going to be below this low right here, which is a level of support that we could not break. So that's giving me confidence to go ahead and enter. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm, and we're going to let the market play out. And what did we do? We ended up going up and we hit TP2, right? And so now we are at the market. We grabbed our money and we got up at the market. Okay. So that is the trade for NQ. I hope it made sense because it was a pretty simple trade. It was a pretty simple, setup, but I'm just showing you that the market communicates every day on what it wants to do. All you have to do is be patient. Okay, so this is going to be your Sunday analysis inspiration. When you go into the market, I want you to go ahead and claim a green day. I need you to go into the market, and I need you to go into the market with a clear mind. Don't go into the market with all your baggages with bills and your baggages with work and your baggages with your relationship. I need you to go into the market with a clear mind, right? Because I need you to be clear about what you see, and what you see is market structure. And if market structure is not aligning with the bias that you are choosing for today, then that means that your bias is wrong, and that means that it is not a good time to enter. Okay, so that is my Sunday analysis gem that I have for you all. I hope you all have an amazing day. Ashe.
As far as being a billionaire, as far as being a millionaire, you are speaking these things into